Okay, so today I want to talk about a real world, ripped from the headlines example of why we need a foreign human intelligence service in Canada. Okay, it's getting mission critical. We really, really need one. And if we're going to start spending billions more dollars on defense, we really need to put some of that towards foreign intelligence. So, what I'm talking about is foreign human intelligence, the kind of spies that go undercover overseas and run networks of agents to collect foreign intelligence. We don't have that. I've done a whole video on it. It's called Canada's Intelligence Blind Spot, so I'm not going to get any further into those details. Why we need it. Let's talk about these two headlines. So the first headline I see is Carney's walking with Zelensky, and it comes up that one of the things we might provide in the future is support in terms of actual troops, military boots on the ground, peacekeepers in Ukraine. So military deployment to Ukraine. The second headline I see is like a question: is the United States withholding information on Ukrainian-Russian relations from the Five Eyes partners? And CBS did an investigative journalist investigation and said yes, and they had multiple sources to confirm it. So this is why we need a foreign intelligence service, okay? Because we cannot rely on our Five Eyes partners exclusively to give us foreign human intelligence. So one of the things that a couple Canadian generals have gone on record saying is that when our military deployed to Afghanistan, they felt it was a blind spot. Like, it hurt us not having our own foreign intelligence collection, because all we could get was intelligence collected under different mandates, like the mandates of our Five Eyes. And that was when we were getting lots of intelligence from our Five Eyes, when the relationships were good. Can you imagine the military, how much more blind they'd be going into, let's say, the Ukraine, even as peacekeepers, without having access to American intelligence on the Ukraine? Now, I'm not saying that's the state it's at right now, because the article was very specifically about withholding intelligence just on the set of talks that happened in Alaska. But the point is made, right? We have to anticipate that we will not have unfettered access to American intelligence on the Ukraine should we send our military there. And like I just said, even when we had good access, it wasn't necessarily enough for our troops. So this is why we need a foreign human intelligence service. Yes, our military does some intelligence work. Of course they do, but what you get as a civilian or in civilian clothes versus what you get in uniform is completely different. And yes, we have a foreign signals intelligence agency. That's where I used to work. They do great support to military operations. But you need to augment it. You need to augment it with intelligence from the region that you're operating in. And I think this is a situation that's just going to make it harder and harder and harder for Canada to exercise any international goals. And eventually to protect our own sovereignty, which is a really big issue for me. So we absolutely need one. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want, like I said, more information on what we do for foreign intelligence, go check out my other video, Canada's Intelligence Blind Spot. Otherwise, I hope everyone is doing fantastic.